In this video, I'm going to show you how to put an intro as well as an outro in your video. So follow me. We're going straight to Canva. So you're going to open the presentation template, which you know already. It's the wide frame and this fits for videos. We're going to click on the plus button and go to videos. Canva has that also. So you're going to search for YouTube intros. Green screen may not work here, but if you check for green screen and you see something that fits, it's okay, you can do that. So let's search YouTube intro. There's so many here. Let's just pick any of them. Let's look at this one that says 6 seconds. Remember, we have to only, on your phone, you can only preview it when you've added it. I think this works. Let's expand it so that it fits the frame. Now we're going to upload it, or rather download it. Now let's go back to our app, VN, and we're going to insert it. So you're not going to use PIP, picture in picture. You're going to use the normal video icon to add it. Let's go there, click on it, insert it, and now there's an intro. So this makes your YouTube videos look very posh, rather than it just starting with you talking. Sometimes you can just do an intro that, if you want to trim it, feel free to always trim it. Maybe you want your intro to be really short. You can also do that, all right? Same thing, you can do an outro. So when you're done with your video, it's done. You just click on the plus button and the outro. So I already downloaded one that said thank you. I went to Canva and I downloaded this one. I'll click on it. It actually says thank you. And when your video is done, okay, so that's an outro. It leads them out of the video. Okay, so maybe something you want to do also is add some music, right? So in as much as we want to do this, we don't want it to be quiet. We probably want to add some music to it. So we're going to do that now. We'll click on music. Click on music and select anyone. So you can select from either of these options, or even if you bring in music, but please be very careful with music. Be very, very careful with bringing in music from the internet or wherever because of copyright issues. Don't take anybody's song that hasn't granted permission. They all have license and they can hold you to it. All right, most of them actually have license. Maybe not all, but most of them. So let's just use this one that is available. Now, there's something important when it comes to music. And this is volume, number one. Secondly, fade in, fade out, which is important for your intro and outro. I'm going to show you how to do this. Fade in, you want the song to come in quietly. So I like to make it look like it's starting, it's rising, then it becomes loud or something. Don't make it just start harshly, because if you don't do that, it's just going to start very loud. So you want to make it sound quiet and then increase the volume as it goes. If you take it far, it's going to take too long. So we want to make it just increase it a bit. And then when it's fading out, we want this song to fade out the same way. So sorry, I have to move it here too. So it will fade out and you will notice it when we're done. So let's click yes. The video is pretty long and we don't want it all through. Probably just want it to end when the intro is over. We are moving it, as you can see. So I've moved it to the point where the video ends. And Amber is about to talk. Good. Now let's try what I just did and you'll see for yourself. Let's play this. Now that's another myth we need to bump. Did you notice what happened? It started very quiet and then the voice raised up and then it went low. Beautiful. That's a very good transition into your video, so that it's not just too loud and then your voice immediately. It's a very professional way to do this. We'll also do that at the end if you want, but I'm sure by now you know what this does. Let's go to the plus button and pull music again, maybe the same music. Do the same thing for, now it's even fade out. Or yes, fade in, fade out. And we say yes. When the video is over, Good. Now, if you are one who probably has your music running all through your video from beginning to the end, and this intro is done and you want to start a new song while you're shooting, while you're speaking, fine, let's do it. Longer song. I'm going to use the same song so that we don't waste too much time. Same song. If you want, you can change yours. So the song already starts. I don't want it to start sharply. Same thing, fade out also at the end of the song. And then I reduce the volume so it's not louder than me who is talking. Do you understand? So normally this is where the volume was. And then I reduce it. If you want it to be very loud and maybe you're just demonstrating and not talking in your video, no problem. This app provides the volume to over 100%. So that's 200%. But it's too loud. So let's stop at 100, which is the midpoint. Yeah, whatever. And then let's tick. So we're going to have that fade in, fade out effect. And since it's going to come here, it's going to start from this point. Let's see what's going to happen here. Play. Now that's another midpoint. It's too loud. Do you see what I mean? So let's reduce the volume so that it's not louder than Amber. Now that's another myth we need to bust. So that's how some of you may want to shoot your videos, so that music is playing in the background. It could be very low. You can even reduce it lower because sometimes it could be disturbing. So make it very low. Don't worry. People are still going to hear. They don't even need to hear the music louder than you, please. So very, very low. This is even still too loud. So let's take it to the end. If your music stops here and you want to start it again, it's still fine. So what I'm going to do is just click on it. And if I was on the InShot app, it should have shown me the option to duplicate it. But we're not. So what I'm going to do is allow it start again, which is put it again to the point of the end of the video. Or even if you want to change the song, you can do that. So let's not forget that we're reducing the volume this time. Normally I should have reduced this one as well. Let's do that. Okay, so it's low. Okay, so you want it to start immediately, to continue immediately, and you just continue. I mean, a lot of platforms until the end of your video. You can even find music that is long enough, as long as the duration of your video. But if your video is 1 hour, I'm sorry, you just have to keep repeating this and all. So let's say we're taking out this outro. We just want this one to keep playing. Let's add it again. Tick. And now it's here. So sometimes you can even have a song that is longer. Just trim it and it will be shorter. Just click on it and you'll be able to trim it. You'll be able to drag it like this to trim it. Okay, so now we have our song, and now this is the point where we want the outro to actually happen. So it's going to happen normally. Let's allow it play normally, the same tone. Then the outro is where the volume should reduce. So we're going to click on it and go to volume. We know it's starting well, so we don't need to do fade in. So it's fade out we need. So let it finish. Okay? Tick. So let's do this. Yes, prof, but this is really still loud. I would advise, well, listen first. Okay, good. So I would advise that if you're putting some song behind your voice, keep it really low. I think I still had it low. I think here is fine, 14%, very little or 15%, so that is just a quarter of the complete sound. This is not even a quarter because the whole sound here is 200%. But let's just keep it really low. Don't outshine your voice, okay? People still hear it at the background. So if you are doing, unless maybe at some point you are doing makeup and you are talking at some point, then you want the volume to rise because you stopped talking and you are doing the makeup, fine, you can just manipulate this. All right, and increase the volume at that point. So cut it, increase the volume, cut it at the point you want to talk again. Just play around with this. I'm sure you get the drift. Play around, do what you want. If you have questions, put it in the group and somebody's going to answer you. And let's have the best of this. All right, so I'll see you in the next video.